My question is the amortization schedule. Actually, to get a copy of that, do we go to our lender? That's the first question. The second question, do you think it is a good idea to couple that with, say, splitting your mortgage in half and paying half on, say, the first and half on the 15th? Those are my questions.
Can I talk about that biweekly payment first?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about biweekly payment. Now, what she's talking about, folks, is paying money, taking your mortgage payment, splitting it in half, and paying the first half on the first of the month and the second half about on the 15th of the month. So let me ask you something, Ms. Deborah. When people do that, they're looking to save time and interest, correct?
Yes.
Here's my question. When they pay the first half, are they saving time and are they saving interest when they pay the first half?
My educated guess is no.
Your educated guess would be right. Do you know what really happens? When you pay the first half, the bank holds your money.
Yes.
Until you pay the second half, and then they apply it.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
So in that month, you save no interest. So why do it?
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Now,
that makes sense.
Where does the savings come in? Here's where the savings come in. Every 6 months, you get an extra week in the month.
Right.
So you make half the payment on the first, the other half, because you're doing it every 2 weeks. Then you make another half payment on the 15th, and then you make a third half payment around the 30th of the month. So you're going to make 3 of those smaller payments in the same month. That third payment is the one that saves you money, and you only do that every 6 months.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So the most that can save you is between 4.9 years and 7 years. That's the most. 7 years is the most. You turn a 30-year loan into a 23-year loan.
Okay.
So with the P.I.L.L method, guess what? Our people pay off their loans in an average of 7 years. We don't save them 7 years. We save them about 23. And
makes sense.
Everyone who has a biweekly payment, when they become a P.I.L.L method client, they turn that stuff off. They don't continue to make it because it doesn't make sense. It makes the bank money, right?
Which makes sense why they offer it. Okay.
All right. So here's the other thing. All right. Think about this. Your more expensive interest payments are the ones up front, aren't they?
Yes.
All right. So if you're going to eliminate any interest payments, do you want to eliminate the ones towards the front of the loan or the smaller ones at the back of the loan?
Up front.
Up front. So if you're giving the bank extra money every 6 months, that means for 5 of those months, you're paying the most expensive interest payments before you give them money.
Wow, the bump.
So by making you think you're saving money actually makes them more money, because whatever you do according to the bank's timing makes them money. What they don't want you to do is give them money in a time that's going to save you more money, to kill the more expensive interest payments when it costs you the least amount of money. Okay. Now,
sometimes when you look at those interest payments up front, they're kind of overwhelming. So you just stop looking at them.
All right. Well, listen, by learning how to read this amortization schedule, that's going to help you from now on. Listen, when you see it now, you're going to get overjoyed because now you know how to read. I don't know if you guys remember the first time you got all the way through a sentence in a book that maybe your parents had read to you, but you read it on your own, and how happy and joyous an occasion that was. I read the book and I understood it. Do you know how happy and joyous you are once you learn how to read an amortization schedule and find out all the stuff that people been telling you was wrong?
I can only imagine.
Oh my gosh. And Miss Deborah, about your amortization schedule, you want to write this down and you guys can put it in the chat. Brett Whistle, BRETWHISSEL. Don't ask your bank for an amortization schedule. Make your own. Make your own.
Wow.
Okay. Brett Whistle. Now, I have a calculator on my screen right now. So let's go ahead and put that on the screen right now, the amortization calculator. And this is online. Anybody can get this. Anybody can use this. All right. But we have a computer program that keeps track of all your amortization schedules on all of your loans simultaneously and tells you which one to attack and when with how much money. If you make your own amortization schedule, anytime you pay an extra dime, you destroy it. and you have to create a new one every single time. Plus, you're guessing as to how much money to put on the debt. And why is that important? When you're guessing on how much money to put on the debt, then you're not optimizing how much interest you can save per dollar. Do you know gas is going down here and it's under $4 here if I go to the certain places to buy gas? All right. It's under $4. I pay attention to how much gas I'm getting per dollar. I pay attention to how much grapes cost per pound, how far my money can go in the grocery store. We don't pay attention to how much interest we can save per dollar. Let me give you a quick example of that, Ms. Deborah. What if we could find out that when your loan is optimized, we can save you $6 in interest for every dollar you put on principal? Wouldn't that be valuable?
Absolutely.
Okay. But what if you're just guessing and putting money on, and now you're only saving $3 in interest, but you're still saving, right?
Right.
But
I prefer to know.
You would prefer to know, have a way to measure, am I saving the most amount of interest per dollar, or am I saving a lesser amount of interest per dollar? But if you don't have a tool that helps you to measure that, we're just guessing, right?
Right.
How would you like to know not only how to stop guessing, how to put the right amount of money down, but the least amount of money that you can actually pay to get the biggest amount of interest that you can eliminate?
Right. I would love to know that.
So listen, you want to go to ice10k.com and you can get a savings and earnings report. Now, our average client saves about $150,000 in interest. Our average client pays off all of their debt, not just their mortgage, in an average of 7 to 9 years. What do you say?
Outstanding. That is an outstanding deal.
There you go. There you go. Miss Deborah, thank you so much for coming to the stage. Miss Deborah, are you complete?
I am. I'm landing my plane. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.